We, the Canadian people, have been treated as the peasant class by our government for far too long. I'd argue that it's worse in Canada than it is anywhere else in the world, and our government continues to push our button, seeing if they'll get any pushback, going further and further and further. COVID, we saw the longest restrictions anywhere in the world. We saw 8 p.m. curfews across the country. We saw the government restricting Canadians in every way possible. And the lesson the Canadian government has learned is we can do that whenever the hell they want. Currently in Nova Scotia, we are seeing bans ongoing on the woods. On our God-given right to walk in the woods, the government has banned us for the next 2 months under the pretense of a worry about forest fire. But do a little bit of digging and you realize it is much more nefarious than that, and not surprising given our government. The government is taking this opportunity to spray glysophate into the woods in Nova Scotia. Glysophate is an incredibly dangerous chemical that kills many plants from the inside out, but it also allows certain other plants to prosper. Now, the reason that glysophate is sprayed is because for certain commercial uses of certain plants, it is quite beneficial. So overall, it's incredibly detrimental. To the forest, but there is a commercial benefit. I'm not exactly sure what the connection is, who's benefiting from glysophate, but at this point with Mark Carney, our Brookfield Asset Management Prime Minister, who is literally running this country to the benefit of his and Brookfield's pocketbook, letting another million immigrants into the country in the first quarter alone because Brookfield owns $37 billion worth of real estate. You can just go on and on, building prefab housing, $25 billion worth, literally exactly after Brookfield Asset Management purchased a company called Modular. Modular builds prefab housing. Clearly the provinces are taking the lead that our crooked prime minister has taken. And I'm going to dig into who exactly is benefiting from this glysophate being sprayed, but it is a totally phony supposition that the reason you're not allowed to go in the woods is because there's some sort of a danger of a fire being created. Are you kidding me? Any Canadian with common sense realizes that nobody's going into the woods. No normal Canadians are going into the woods and setting fires. If some nefarious actor wants to go into the woods and set a fire, he's going to do that, regardless of whether there's a ban on going into the woods or not. But they didn't think the citizenry would catch on, but they are spraying glysophate for commercial benefit. Now, not only is this incredibly damaging to the woods, it's also incredibly damaging to human beings. And they know they could potentially be liable in the future. They keep passing these laws that pass on any liability for nefarious actions on behalf of the government. Look into Bill C2, Bill C4, Bill C63. What they're passing in Canadian is nothing less than tyrannical. But they are now spraying dangerous chemicals into our forests. And if Canadians do not stand up now and say, we will not take this, they are going to continue to treat us like peasants. You look, 75% of Canadians say enough immigration, yet they continue to allow millions of people into the country. They do not give a rat's ass about what public opinion is on any issue. Mark Carney and the Liberal Party think they are the kings. You look at how